Okay, so magandang araw sa inyo, PE3, PathFit 3 students. So, I'm making this video for the first lesson. So, alam natin na ang PE ay may 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pero, nung ginawa nila ngayon, okay, under the new curriculum, is that pinagsama ang idea o ang concept ng PE1, PathFit 1 and 2 at saka ang concept ng PE 3 and 4. Now, ang PE1 and 2 na nakuha na ninyo before is the development of your physical body. So, nandyan na ngayon ang development niyan, ang pagpapalaki ng muscle, strengthening your body, and everything. So, level parang introduction sa PathFit 1, tapos parang more activities ng for more training or movements pagdating ng PathFit 2. Pagdating ngayon ng PathFit 3 and 4, yung nangyari, yung nagawa sa inyong mga katawan ay ia-apply na. So, ang PE PathFit 3 natin, okay, ay um, the application nung mga ginagawa, nung mga naging development ng inyong katawan. So, it could be dancing, it could be various sports, or it could be martial arts. So, I am Mr. Virgilio Marcena, so people call me Dec, and I will be your instructor. So, ang ating Pathway 3 area will be martial arts. Since this is just an introduction, so we'll just tackle the basic self-defense and the basic movements. But first, let's talk about physical education. Okay? Balikan lang natin to. Bakit pa kinakailangan magkaroon or para saan ba yung pag-aaral ng physical education? Okay, ang definition of physical education is that it's an education through the physical. Okay, it aims to develop students' physical competence and knowledge of movement and safety. So nag-aaral tayo ng physical education, okay, para sa katawan natin. At ito ay so mga movements ng katawan natin, okay, para yung galaw ng katawan natin ay nasa tama na at ito ay hindi magdudulot ng kapahamakan. That's why it develops for you to have movements and safety. Okay? At dahil dito, yung katawan ninyo ngayon can be able to move into a different areas or different wide ranges of activity. At syempre, kapag active na, marami nang nagagawa ang katawan mo, you are able to live an active and healthy lifestyle. Pero ang physical education ay hindi lamang sa katawan, okay? Nakafocus ito, okay? It also develops students' confidence and genetic skills, okay? Especially those of collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking, and aesthetic appreciation. So, syempre, naayos yung katawan mo or maganda pa ang katawan mo, very healthy ka, nagde-develop ito or bumubuo ito ng sense of confidence sa inyong katawan. Kasi parang feeling mo, ang lakas-lakas mo, ang ganda-ganda ng katawan mo, and everything. Okay? At, syempre, pag ina-apply mo na ito, especially in sports, okay, nagkakaroon ng collaboration, that means contribution, or cooperation, and then you learn to communicate, okay, with each other. Critical thinking, especially in sports, that is very important. Now, all of these, okay, developing your confidence, okay, ay nagbubuo ngayon ng positive attitude sa sarili mo. At dahil dito, you tend to live a happy and lifelong and life-wide, okay, learning. So what are the different areas of development when it comes to studying physical education? Well, number one, of course, we have the physical, yung pangangatawan. External and internal. When you say external, yung mga bagay, yung development sa katawan mo na nakikita. So, pwedeng lumalaki ang iyong muscles, okay, tumitibay ang iyong mga buto, or nare-reduce ang iyong fat, nag-slim down ka, your body becomes toned and muscular. But it also affects the internal. So, nagiging matibay ang iyong puso, nagkakaroon ka ng mas matibay na baga, nagiging maganda circulation, nababawasan ang mga toxins sa katawan natin. And all of that all together, okay, develops a very healthy body. Another area of development is the emotional. Okay? Kasi nga, di ba, may self-confidence ka na because of what, dahil sa iyong pangangatawan. So with this, you learn to control your emotion, yung nararamdaman mo. So hindi ka na madaling magalit, hindi ka madaling matakot, hindi ka madaling magalit. So, okay, meron ka ng control sa emotion mo. Hindi ka na nagiging emotional. Then you have your psychological, yung pag-iisip natin. Now, kung ikaw ay may very active in physical education, okay, your thoughts, okay, ay maganda ang pagbubuo mo ng mga ideas. At the same time, hindi ka madaling magpanic. At dahil hindi ka madaling magpanic, you get to learn to assess the situation in cases of emergency. Halimbawa, may sunog, may earthquake, kaya sabihin natin sa personal, ikaw ay hinohold up or in an accident. So, instead, pag medyo active ang iyong physical body through physical education, nagiging active din ang iyong mind. Hindi ka nagwawalo o hindi mo iniisip yung nangyari. Iniisip mo ngayon ano ang dapat mong gawin. So you remain, hindi ka nagpapanik. You tend to remain calm, assess the situation, and think of the next move that you will do. Okay, so yun ang ibig sabihin natin psychological. Nakakapag-isip ka na ng maayos. And finally, okay, the last area of development in physical education is the social. So, syempre may self-confidence ka, masayahin ka na, hindi ka na malulungkutin, o hindi ka magagalitin, o matatakutin. Okay? Maganda yung knowledge mo, the way you think, the way you analyze. Nakaka-connect ka ngayon, okay, sa ibang tao. So, developing your social skills. Okay? Developing more friends, okay, developing a wider and stable social circle. So, yun ang areas of development ng physical education. Now, let's try to define a sport. So, pag sinabi natin, basketball, kayo ay nagbabasketball. Okay? Sa bahay ninyo, naglaro ka ng basketball. We know that basketball is a sport, right? Okay? Naglaro ka ng basketball, nag-dribble ka, tumatakbo ka, you play shooting. Okay? Does that mean you are playing a sport? The answer is no. Okay? Kasi, naglalaro ka lang. So, it's either playing, training, or practice. Yes, basketball is a sport. Pero yung ginawa mo na mag-isa lang, okay, ay hindi siya considered sports. Why? If we will define a sport, it is an activity that requires physical action and skills. Yes, sir. May physical action naman na, di ba? Nag-dribble, nag-shoot, tumakbo. However, individuals or teams must be able to compete. Okay? Must be able to compete. Okay? Or meron kang kakompetensya. So, kung mag-isa ka lang naglalaro, edi wala lang. Okay? Naglalaro ka lang talaga. Yan. Okay, so, okay. At the same time, when you perform, you play in a sport, it is under a certain set of rules. A certain set of rules. That is very important. Okay. Now, lahat kayo, siguro gusto nyo magkaroon meron kayo nalalaro sport. Pero, yung mga nalalaro yung sport, whether volleyball, basketball, badminton, yan, tendency, yan ang mga kadalasan malamang na nilalaro ninyo ngayon. However, okay, bakit ba basketball ang nilalaro mo? Bakit ba volleyball o badminton? Kasi yun lang po ang available. You did not choose that sport. Okay? Yun na lang nilalaro mo because that is what is available to you. Okay? But, if you want, given an opportunity, so isipin mo ngayon, parang may maliban dito. Okay? Or, halimbawa, wala kang opportunity in other sport. How will you choose a sport for yourself? So, there are several aspects to consider in learning a sport. You have the history. It's important for you to learn the history of the sport. Why? Because through understanding paano nabuo yung sport na yan, paano nag-evolve, you get to learn, okay, to appreciate the sport better. Okay? You get to learn to appreciate the sport better. Next, alam mo dapat kung ano yung mga court dimensions or venue. Okay? Meron bang possibility na magkaroon ka ng court sa bahay mo? Or meron ka bang makukuhang venue for your sport? Halimbawa, kunyari gusto mo ay swimming na sport. Do you have a swimming pool na pwedeng pagpraktisan ng sport? Hindi pwede dyan yung binubomba lang nilalagay sa bahay. Okay? So it has to be a sports swimming pool big enough for you to perform the sport itself, not just practice. Next, equipment and gear. Posible bang makakuha ka o makabili ka o ma-obtain mo yung mga equipments and gear? And then, is it possible for you to learn the technical and tactical skills? Mamaya malalaman niyo ano yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. Then you have to understand the different rules and regulation when you play the game. Hindi lahat ng game ay pare-pareho ang rules and regulation. Iba-iba po siya. Then since you already know the rules of the game, you know how to officiate. Okay, when you say officiate, hindi man kinakailangan ikaw yung maging coach, ikaw yung maging team captain, ikaw yung maging trainer. Okay, as a sport player or an athlete, okay, alam mo ngayon ma-identify ano yung tama. You could instruct or provide insights when you are already playing your games. So those are the different aspects to consider, okay? History, court dimensions or venue, equipment and gear, technical, tactical skills, rules of the game, and the way you officiate. Now, let's talk about the different classification of sports. Okay, when you say classification of sports, the first one is individual. So an individual classification is one that is played by one participant on each competing side. So ibig sabihin nito, okay, isang team, okay, meron siyang representative na isang tao. Okay, at meron yung makakalaban na isa pang tao from another team. So, ilan silang naglalaban? Dalawa. But since only both of them belongs to different team, okay, they are considered an individual. That form, okay, classification is considered as an individual sport. For example, martial arts or karate, chess. So yun, individual. Okay, so isa lang ang naglalaban pertaining to or representing a particular team. Dual. Okay, so again, these are individual representing their team, pero ang naglalaban ay two players from that same team, okay, at a time. Okay, so they are performing as pairs. Then you have your team sport. Okay, these are teams that are played by three, hindi siya two okay, hindi siya three. It is three or more players in each competing pairs. So team, ibig sabihin, pag tatlo na o marami na naglalaro, okay, representing one team, that's already a team sport. So what is the difference, okay, between these different sports with regards to their behavior, attitudes, and importance? So the difference between individual and dual sport from the team sport. Individual and dual sport, okay, ay pinagsama because the concept are the same, the requirements. So individual and dual sport foster a higher amount of discipline, self-confidence, focus, and passion. So ibig sabihin nito, okay, pag ikaw individual, naglalaro ng individual sport or dual sport, mas mataas ang discipline mo, self-confidence, and focus. Why? Bawa kunyari individual, wala kang ibang aasahan, kundi sarili mo lang. Kaya kailangan disiplinado ka at nakafocus ka sa sarili mo. Kung dual sport naman, ganun din. May discipline ka because you have to maintain a harmony with your partner. Both of you must be able to work together as one. Okay? Trust in each other. Wala na kayong ibang aasahan kundi ang isa't isa. Okay? So, pagdating naman sa team sport, Okay, hindi naman as a team, okay, we need discipline, pero hindi yun ang focus. In team sport, maraming variables ang dapat makonsider. Okay, you need to understand or identify the different talents or strong suit of each player. Halimbawa, kunyari sa basketball, hindi lahat kailangan ng pagmumuo ng team, hindi lahat magaling sa shoot, hindi lahat magaling sa rebound. So, you identify each player kung saan sila magaling. Okay, and then you build your own dream team. Okay? So, hindi kinakailangan ng discipline masyado or self-confidence because meron kang sariling na i-contribute, okay, sa team. That's why it's called, okay, it depends on the collaborative effort. Okay? Yung pinag-ipon-ipon na talent o efforts na binibigay ng mga players. Now, what are the basic fundamental skills in sport? Ito na. Technical skills. These are the physical components developing the skills needed to play the sport. So, ibig sabihin, when you talk about technical skills, ano yung movement na dapat nagagawa ng katawan mo, okay, in that particular sport. So, example, kung taekwondo ang sport mo, ano ang technical skills? Marunong kang sumipa. Okay? Kailangan mo, ibig sabihin, sa taekwondo ba, kailangan mabilis kang tumakbo? Hindi. Kailangan ba ikaw ay malakas, what do you call this? Malakas lumangoy? Magaling lumangoy? Hindi. So, yung paglangoy, yung pagtakbo, is not a technical skills kung ang sport mo ay taekwondo. So, kung basketball, okay, marunong kang mag-shoot. Yung katawan mo, kayang i-perform na mag-shoot ng bola. So, that is the technical skills needed for basketball. Okay? Pero, hindi mo kinakailangan magaling ka mag-shoot kung ang sport mo ay taekwondo, badminton, volleyball. Diba? So, that is technical skill. Ang tactical skills naman, this is the ability to decide, makapag-isip, makapag-develop ng strategies, okay, na gagamitin mo, okay, sa iba't ibang situation. Kasi, as the game progresses, okay, marami nangyayari. You must be able to make a decision immediate. So, ang bawa, kunyari sa basketball, okay, hawak mo yung bola, nahaharangan ka ng tao, ng kabilang team. So, you have to decide quickly. Papasa mo ba sa kaliwa o sa kanan? O isushoot mo? Okay? So, ganun. So, yun yung tinatawag nating tactical skills. So, again, technical skills, yung kayang i-perform ng katawan mo sa particular sport na kailangan para sa isang sport. Tactical skills, eto ngayon yung pag-iisip o yung pag-strategize kapag nasa laro na. Now, paano ba maturo o maituro ang tactical skills? Okay, ang technical skills kasi maituturo yan through training and practice. Pero sa tactical skills, mental kasi ito kaya medyo mahirap. First, kailangan alam mo yung i-train ka to distinguish the different important decision. Okay? Making split decision. Second, okay, kailangan may essential knowledge ka of the game. Okay? Kasi, syempre, marami kang maiisip na strategy. Ang tanong, allowed ba yan dun sa game na yan? Kailangan meron kang knowledge. Okay? As an athlete, when you are playing the game. Okay? Recognizing the signals and situation. Syempre, nagdidesisyon ka, so kailangan kaya mong mag-read ng mga signals, signs. Bawa kunyari sa basketball, may hinaharang ka na player na may hawak ng bola. Okay? Nakatingin ka sa kanya, okay? Ang signal niya, ipapasa niya sa kaliwa. Okay? So, nakakapag-decide ka ngayon, ano ang gagawin mo kapag pinasa niya sa kaliwang player. However, okay, maaring yun ay namemeke. That's why you have to create an appropriate tactical option other Okay, other strategy. So, nakita mong sign niya ay ipapasa sa kaliwa. Pero baka peke yun. So, kung sakaling hindi nga niya ginawa at tama peke yun, edi meron kang backup na decision. May backup movements ka. And finally, para yung tactical skills na yan ay ma-incorporate, okay, or ma-fortify, you have to create a practice. So you need to plan a practice game employing those possible tactical skills or strategies. Now, how do you plan a practice game? Okay, in preparation and planning, you need to identify the date, the time, and duration. Duration, gaano katagal ba kayo magpa-practice? Ano ang objective or goals mo kung bakit kayo nagpa-practice? At ano yung mga kakailanganin mong equipment, facilities, venue, okay? Pag kayo ay magpa-practice. Then you have your training proper. So, ito na, sa training na. Before you perform the training itself, you must perform the warm-up and stretching. This will prepare your body into the different movements na gagawin ng katawan mo. Then, ano ba yung objective and goals natin kanina? Teaching new skills. And then you perform the practice game. Now, once you perform the practice game, after that, okay, magko-cool down kayo, and this is very important, the assessment. Assessment nung ginawa nyo sa practice, okay, identifying ano yung kulang, ano yung may mali, ano yung dapat pang ginagawa o yung hindi nagagawa. So once you have assessed all of this, you can then again plan another practice game, okay, targeting yung mga nakita mong dapat i-improve. Okay. So now you're ready to choose a sport. You have your weather, some considerations, okay, that will guide you to choose a sport. Yung weather extremities, okay, pang hot ba yan, pang cold ba yan, pang umaga ba yan, pang hapon ba yan, pang gabi ba yan, pang outdoor sport ba yan, or pang indoor sport. Then, meron ka bang enjoyment, okay? Kung sakaling yung sport na yan ay mapili mo at ginagawa mo na, mag-e-enjoy ka ba dun sa sport na yon? Okay? Then, kaya mo pinili yung sports na yan kasi meron ka ng na-try na ganyan or similar sa ganyan dati. Okay? At nagustuhan mo, parang ang sarap na. So, parang mas ile-level up mo na yung iyong movements o yung na-experience mo before na activities. And finally, this is also important, your financial capacity and budget. Siyempre, meron ka, gusto mo nga yung sport, ang ganda nga niya. Okay? Bagay na bagay sa'yo, kayang-kaya mo nga. May pambili ka ba ng mga equipments o yung mga kakailanganin? Okay? Okay. Then, okay, lagyan natin. May pera ka naman. Okay? Kaya mo nga yun. At yun ang gusto mo, mas tutuwa ka. Next, sapat kaya ba ng katawan mo? Kaya ba ng katawan mo i-perform yung mga movements na kailangan ng game na yon? And then, what are the other alternatives that will give you motivation? Okay? Ano yung pwede mong magawa para ma-motivate ka na yun ang piliin mong sport? Now, this has already been discussed to you in Pathway 1 and 2, I believe. Health-related and skills-related fitness. So we will discuss this also around the third lesson. Okay. Now, what are the safety measures, okay, that you need to perform to avoid unnecessary injuries, okay, para maging safety kayo or hindi kayo masasaktan. Okay. First, okay, yung safety equipment. Okay? Dapat may safety equipment ka talaga. At the same time, Those safety equipment must be functioning properly and is able to perform the way it is intended. Okay? Ibig sabihin, kung bawa helmet, okay? Ano bang purpose ng helmet? Para hindi mabagok ang ulo o hindi mabiyak ang bungo. So the helmet must be able to perform that safety measure. Hydration. Kailangan um, hydrated ka. Nakakainom ka dapat ng tubig for every activity. Why? Because kapag patuloy ka lang ng laro, active ka ng active without hydrating, you might end up with dehydration. Now, what is the danger of dehydration? Pag ikaw ay dehydrated, your cells will no longer regenerate. Mamamatay na lang siya. Once your cells does not regenerate, your organs will be damaged. And when your organs are damaged, it will not function properly, or if it will not function at all. If your organs will not function, edi tikok ka. Okay? Matotodas ka. Third is you have to perform moderate intensity. Huwag mong diretso yun sa pinakamabigat. Okay? Yung pinakamatindi. Yung moderate lang, yung kaya mo na mababang level, mababang intensity, moving your way to a higher intensity workout. Then you have to consider the weather conditions. Okay? Type, sino dito ang nagba-basketball? Oh, maglalaro kayo ng basketball open court alas 3 ng tanghali ng April. Good luck na lang. See? So, umuulan ba? Araw ba? So, pwede bang maglaro sa ganitong klaseng condition? Okay. So, that's it for lesson 1. Okay, quiz 1 will be uploaded shortly. Okay, will be given separately. So just wait for the link. And remember, once the quiz link has been posted, you will only have 7 days to answer it. So with that, guys, this is Mr. Virgilio Barcena. Thanking you. Okay, and hope you understand the lesson. Balik-balikan nyo lang ninyo itong video if ever there are some problems. Okay? Goodbye.